A new app is making headway at UNT called Talk Motion.
An organization is providing prenatal care for predominantly minority communities.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Thanks for joining us for ntTV News at Noon. I'm Austin Wright.
And I'm Jalen Jackson. We have a great show for you today.
Police are investigating a mass shooting in Cedar Rapids, Iowa that left 2 dead and 10 injured. Police were already at the scene at the Taboo nightclub and lounge where shots were fired. Max Tedford, KWWL, has more.
At 1:27 a.m., around 150 people inside began rushing out after shots were fired inside the club. Officers entered immediately, finding 2 dead and 10 injured, but no obvious assailants.
The shooter or shooters were not immediately identified and may have escaped the scene with the rush of patrons who were leaving the establishment.
Police believe there were at least 2 shooters, but say there is no risk to the city with them at large. They believe the attacks were targeted against one of the victims. Mayor Tiffany O'Donnell gave a statement Sunday afternoon expressing her sympathy towards the victims.
My heart goes out to those moms and dads today who are having the worst day of their lives. To the families of the injured, we are with you and we are praying for a swift recovery.
Currently, of the 10 people injured, 1 is in critical condition and the others range from severe to minor injuries. The victims' names have not been released, but police confirmed they are an adult man and woman. The murderers are Cedar Rapids' 4th and 5th homicide in 2022, but according to City Council member Dale Todd, there's only so much the city can do alone.
We're at this point in time where, there are a lot of people with guns, both legal and illegal. And we need to, acknowledge that it's an issue, and then acknowledge that we all, as a community, need to get involved.
Taboo's ownership is cooperating with the investigation and have taken down their Facebook page. Police say more information on the victims will be released as next of kin is notified.
Today, the White House is focusing on the issue of gun control. Joe Biden has a wish list of reforms for Congress. 3 sources with knowledge of the situation say he's focused on regulating so-called ghost guns. People can put them together at home from kits, so they are hard to trace or regulate. Classifying some of their parts as firearms would change that. As soon as today, Biden is expected to name his pick for the head of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. An official says the nominee is former U.S. Attorney Steve Delaback. Biden says he also wants Congress to mandate background checks for all gun sales, ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, allow gun makers to be found liable if their products are used in a crime, and fund crime prevention and policing. However, Senate Republicans have a history of blocking gun control efforts.
If there was anything I like to control, it'd be this weather.
Ain't that right? I can't control it either, but our weather anchor, Sydney Deshawn, can tell us what to expect. Sydney?
Well, Austin and Jalen, we can expect fairly humid temperatures, but I will break that down for you guys later in the show. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions here in Denton. Right now we are sitting at 81 degrees and it does feel slightly warmer at 84 with those wind speeds at 14 miles per hour. Now moving on to tonight, we will be seeing some more clouds and our temperatures will warm up. It'll be feeling like 85 with lower wind speeds at 7 miles per hour. Now looking into tomorrow's forecast, again, we will be seeing some more of those clouds and we will even be seeing a thunderstorm later in the evening. Now our temperature will be 80 degrees, feeling like 78 with high wind speeds at 17 miles per hour. Now that is all I have for our first look. Make sure to stay with us for our full weather forecast later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sydney. Amazon is calling for a revote in a New York warehouse 1 week after employees voted to form a union. The company claims that there were multiple actions that, quote, improperly suppressed and influenced the vote, end quote. Amazon alleges the regional office of the National Labor Relations Board influences the vote by delaying investigations into what Amazon calls frivolous unfair labor practice charges. The retailer also claims that the employees responsible for starting the labor group intimidated those who opposed it. This election is the first time a group of U.S. Amazon workers successfully voted to form a union in the company's 3-decade existence. More than 2,600 employees voted in favor of the union, with 2,100 against.
A new app called Talk Motion is available now on the Google Play Store. The creation of this app all started right here at UNT in order to improve mobility for the disabled. ntTV's Christine Guevara got the chance to explore this innovative idea and meet the creators themselves. Check it out.
Thank you for the effort.
You're welcome. See you tomorrow.
What you just saw was a demonstration of using the gesture recognition app Prototype. It was created by a UNT professor and his PhD students. The idea behind this app came to be when Professor Mark V. Albert met Hannah Thompson, who is unable to speak and make gestures due to cerebral palsy.
She uses a tablet to communicate. And, you know, for example, her movements in the tablet are so challenging that she actually has a key guard to help her navigate her fingers to the particular keys she wants to hit. In some cases, she might have to switch to different pages, and if she has to type it out, I mean, we're talking potentially 30 seconds to get a phrase.
And with Dr. Albert's background in activity recognition and mobile phone research, he realized he could help her communicate more efficiently. Currently, PhD student Riyad bin Rafiq and 2 other master's students are working on the project with the supervision of Dr. Albert.
We have some works need to do, like it's a long way to go. Like we need to make it such that any user can use their own gestures, and also we need to tailor it to the individuals who lack fine motor skills.
The prototype is called Talk Motion and is available on Google Play Store. The completion of this app may take about 5 years or so due to the long process of getting it just right and approved. But it will all be worth it as it will make a great impact.
The natural back and forth that you might have, you know, you take for granted every day. You just want to be able to give someone like her the ability to do that as well.
For ntTV News, I'm Christine Guevara.
The Talk Motion app will soon be available on the Apple Store for iOS devices.
Coming up, a manhole explosion caused panic in Times Square.
On a lighter note, a student gets into his dream colleges, all 27 of them.
Near Sanctus Spiritus.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Hey, Maddie, miss me?
Wait, Bud?
What was that all about?
An old friend.
An old friend?
Good to see you, brother.
What the hell are you doing?
That's your lucky day.
Chaos ensued last night in Times Square in New York as a manhole erupted in flames, an additional 2 releasing smoke. WCBS's Talia Perez has more. Take a look.
This EarthCam video shows the moment people began scrambling out of the area. The chaos unfolded just before 7 p.m.
What is it?
Con Ed says a power cable failure led to an explosion and fire in a manhole. As firefighters worked to put out the fire, dark gray smoke came from that manhole and 2 others filling the air.
Once I seen the fire, the cops started telling me to back up. I slowly started backing up, but still, I started, then again, I started proceeding, to the fire, and then it actually exploded right in front of me, and that's when I just, I started running.
Maravik Jack says she is visiting from California and was running late to catch her tour bus when she heard the boom.
We just missed it. We missed the bus, and it's just like 5 minutes of walking, and that's when the big, loud. I mean, I'm still kind of nervous and shaking.
Firefighters evacuated people in the area as a precaution. Officials say there were elevated carbon monoxide levels at an office building at 229 West 43rd Street.
A privately funded spacecraft has arrived at the International Space Station. The docking of the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft was delayed about 45 minutes Saturday morning as the crew worked through an issue with an onboard video camera. Procedures are underway for the crews on the Dragon and the ISS to open the hatch to welcome new arrivals. The Dragon lifted off Friday morning from Kennedy Space Center in Florida for the 20-hour flight. On board is a group of 3 private paying customers and a former NASA astronaut. A 10-day trip is backed by Houston-based startup Axiom.
Question for you, Jalen. Do you think the spacesuits would make it too hot, or would the space shuttle be too cold?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea. But I do know our weather anchor, Sydney Deshawn, can tell us about the temperature here on Earth. How are things looking, Sydney?
Thanks, guys. Our temperatures here are looking fairly warm, and we're finally seeing those summer temperatures that we've all been waiting for. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions here across North Texas. We can see that we have temperatures ranging from the high 70s all the way to the low 80s. Our warmest point is going to be down here in Stephenville at 83, and our chillier point is going to be up in Paris at 75. Now let's go ahead and zoom out to that state map. Again, we are seeing similar temperatures, nothing too out of the ordinary, but we are going to be seeing super chilly temperatures up in Amarillo at 62 and also in Oklahoma City at 64. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our full weather forecast. Now today it is going to be fairly sunny with some clouds in the sky, but tomorrow we are expecting some rain. There will be an 85% chance. Now Wednesday and Thursday our sun will be back out with high temperatures in the low 80s. Now Friday and Saturday, again, we can expect some more thunderstorms in the evening, and our temperatures will also be very humid. Now back on Sunday, our sun will be back out, and we will also be seeing those nice temperatures with a high in the 80s. Now that is all I have for our full weather forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sydney. This week is Black Maternal Health Week. Many mothers in minority communities often face challenges in raising and caring for their children because they have less access to resources. CNN reporter Amanda Sansone has the details.
When Jalessa McCoy found out she was pregnant,
I was very scared about what to expect.
She discovered getting the prenatal care she needed in Washington, D.C. wasn't easy.
I didn't have a car, so if I would have had to go to a appointment, I would have had to use a bus. And I did that one time, and that was a long trip.
The eastern half of the nation's capital, home to more than 300,000 people, the majority people of color, lacks adequate access to obstetrical care.
When you look at DC, DC is the shape of a diamond. The top half of the diamond has all of the hospitals, and the lower half of the diamond does not. If a birthing person has a baby, it's about a 2.5-hour bus ride to get to care at the top of the diamond.
7 million Americans of childbearing age live where there is no or limited access to maternity care, which can lead to devastating outcomes for pregnant people.
It's painful. It's absolutely painful.
A February report released by the CDC reveals the maternal death rate for Black women in 2020 was 2.9 times the rate for white women. It's even higher in Washington.
We're just seeing the rippled effects of all of the previous damage that has occurred in this country and how it plays out to now.
But local organizations are working to improve those outcomes.
This is actually the only freestanding birth center in the District of Columbia.
Community of Hope is a critical resource for local families.
Community of Hope provides a wide range of services for moms and babies, both in the prenatal stage as well as during birth and after birth.
The nonprofit also provides housing, transportation, and mental health support to this historically underserved region.
The communities that we tend to work in, there are a lot of stressors. Again, housing instability, economic instability, anxiety, a long history of racist policies and implicit bias and microaggressions.
But the issues impacting Black maternal and infant health are complicated and systemic.
This is such a multifactorial problem that it's going to take a lot of different entities to really make change.
The Biden White House has made addressing the crisis a key domestic priority.
It is clear a healthy economy requires healthy mothers and healthy babies.
While just a few miles away,
Motherhood is hectic, but a fun hectic.
a new mom and her baby girl are proof of what access to support and care can do.
Watching her grow is probably the one thing that I'm looking forward to the most.
In Washington, I'm Amanda Sansoni.
The end of the school year is coming up, and for some seniors in high school, it means the beginning of their college journey. For one college prospect, there's 27 places that journey could start. Sayona Kwandala with WJHG spoke with the student about this rare feat.
Jonathan Walker has put the A in accepted.
It's still crazy to think about that I applied to all these colleges and I got in.
The 18-year-old Rutherford High School senior applied to 27 colleges and universities, and he got into all of them.
That's such a rare thing to occur, but the fact that it did happen, I'm so excited about it.
The 27 schools include multiple Ivy Leagues like Yale, Harvard, and the University of Pennsylvania.
I've just really been trying to soak it in.
Besides hitting the books, Jonathan plays for the school's football team.
I absolutely love sports.
He even made time to invent something that helps the deaf and blind.
I've always loved creating devices to help people, so I definitely want to further that.
So how exactly can someone get into every school they apply for?
It was really just writing a set of essays for one college, and then from there tweaking them specifically for the colleges.
Rutherford staff members say he is an incredibly hardworking student.
He's very articulate, very forthright.
Jonathan says his family motivates him every day.
I really do look up to them because they showed me what it's like to be passionate about something.
And his advice for students who want to succeed:
keep grinding no matter what.
Jonathan says he has not picked a college yet, but we know 27 of them would be lucky to have him. In Panama City, Sayona Kandwala, News Channel 7.
Walker has received over $4 million worth of scholarship offers and is still deciding which school he'll ultimately attend.
When we come back, updates on the legal battle between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife, Amber Heard.
And the tragic accident that has sports world mourning.
Man, I have all these non-perishable food items and I don't know what to do with them.
I don't have any food at all.
Do you have too many non-perishable goods?
Yeah.
Have you run out of food and can't get any more?
Yeah.
Well, don't have a cow. Head on down to the UNT Food Pantry. Located behind Crumley Hall and Diamond Eagle Student Resource Center, the Food Pantry is the place for UNT students to get all the food they need. You'll be utterly surprised by all the options they have there. From gluten-free to lactose intolerant, even vegan and vegetarian, they have it all. Go to studentaffairs.unt.edu/foodpantry for more information.
Move on down to the UNC Food Pantry.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
Will Smith has been banned from attending the Oscars for the next decade, meaning the actor will not be on stage at next year's Academy Awards to present. The Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences gave the consequence on Friday in response to Smith slapping comedian Chris Rock on stage during this year's ceremony. The Academy Board said they decided Smith will not be allowed to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually for the next 10 years. He can still be nominated for awards. While Smith announced his resignation from the Academy last week, he also issued a statement saying he accepts and respects the Academy's decision. On the other hand, Chris Rock has yet to respond.
The legal battle between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard starts Monday in Virginia. The 50-year-old actor is suing Heard for $50 million in connection to the 2018 Washington Post op-ed she wrote about surviving domestic violence. Although Heard never directly mentioned Depp in the article, she did accuse him of abuse when she sought a restraining order against him when they broke up in 2016. In 2020, Depp lost a libel lawsuit against the British tabloid The Sun when it referred to him as a wife beater. Heard testified in that case and supported the claims made by The Sun. In this case, Johnny Depp is suing Heard herself, not a media company. This changes the requirements and obligations for Heard this time in court.
You know, I've been meaning to get a new headshot. I heard that our segment anchor, Sydney DeJean, might be able to help with that.
That's right. What can you tell us, Sydney?
Thanks, guys. Well, Austin and Jalen, if you need a new headshot for sites like LinkedIn, UNT has you covered. If you stop by the Union later today, you'll have the chance to get a professional headshot taken. And the best part is that it's free. After the photo is taken, a team will digitally touch it up to ensure it's the highest quality possible. Afterwards, the edited headshot will be sent to participants within 2 weeks. You can get your photo taken today from 4:30 to 6:30 in Union Room 341A. That's all I have for you here. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Sydney. The NFL world is mourning following the tragic loss of Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins. Haskins, who was in South Florida to work out with the teammates, was struck by a dump truck on a highway at 6:30 a.m. last Saturday. The 24-year-old had just signed a new deal with the Steelers in March. Teammates, opponents, and media members alike took to social media to praise Haskins and offer condolences. The 2018 Ohio State Heisman candidate is survived by both of his parents and his wife.
Did you catch the Mavericks game yesterday?
I'm afraid I did not, but I'm pretty sure our sports anchor Ashton Cotton did. Ashton?
Thanks, Austin. Coming up, did star point guard Luka Doncic cost the Mavs their season? Stay tuned right after the break.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
In Dallas basketball, our Mavericks managed to secure the win over the San Antonio Spurs last night, 120 to 130. Concluding their last regular season game, the team looks forward to their postseason. Sitting at number 4 in the Western Conference, the team feels confident but has some minor concerns. Star point guard Luka Doncic reported a calf injury that removed him from the end of the third quarter of yesterday's game. Sources say this injury is causing star player to take it easy while the Mavericks wait for their 2022 seed matchups. In order for the Maverick to dominate on the court in this year's postseason, we will need Luka at his full potential. In women's collegiate sports, UNT softball shows just how much this season means to them, as after concluding their 5th consecutive series wins yesterday over the UTSA Roadrunners. With the ending score of 6-4 in Saturday's game and a turnaround win 11-4 in yesterday's game, Coach Rodney DeLong states this team continues to find a way to get it done. Here are the starting batting lineup going into Saturday's game. Shortstop Sierra Simon hits her first home run of the season to take a 1-0 lead. Kaylee Gamble, 2 bats later, hits another home run to the center of the field to make it a 3-0 lead for the Mean Green. At the top of the second, left field Kaylee Christensen bagged 2 more runs to make it a 5-0 lead. From the start, Mean Green was very persistent in taking control. Be sure to catch the Lady Eagles back in action on April 12th as they face SFA in what they hope to be their 6th consecutive series win. UNT Track and Field highlights 6 victory wins and over 10 top 3 finishes from their classic home meet this past weekend. Director of Track and Field, Card Sheffield, said it's a great time to have meets at home. He explains for our athletes, families, and people to come out and watch them is a great thing. Runners such as Victor Neva, Carlington Anugaba, and field throwers Natasha Purchas and Jake Perchman were some of the meet's first place finishers. Others include 200-meter first place victor Devonnie Jones and the men's 4x100 meter with the team of Williams, Jones, Carlington, and Clayton Bryce with a time of 40.3. Be sure to keep up to date with the latest UNT Track and Field as they prepare for this year's outdoor championships. That's all for I have for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ashton. Today is National Pet Day. It is the perfect reason to cuddle up on the couch next to your furry friend. National Pet Day was founded back on April 1st, 2005 by the welfare advocate Colleen Page. Pet advocates say that the day is a great time to sort through your pet's toys and throw away ones that are no longer safe. It is also a great day to make sure that your pet's vaccinations are up to date. If you are looking to find a furry friend on National Pet Day, you can also look into adoption as an option.
Thank you for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tomorrow for the latest coverage here at North Texas Television.